Hello, Oracles! Well, today we're going to go over my budget for March of this year. For those of you guys who are new to the channel, I do this at the end of every single month. I like to go out here and show you guys that I am coming out and I'm practicing what I preach. I'm showing you guys full transparency as to where my income comes from, what my expenses are, and where I invest my money. So I'll be breaking all of that down for you guys today, and you can see my growth along with this. None of this is going to be financial advice, but if anybody out there is looking for some ideas on how to get themselves out of debt or find themselves getting to financial freedom, some of the things that I did for myself, I've gone from $75,000 in debt within 6 years, getting myself to $100,000 of net worth. So these are the things that I have practiced myself. I've learned a lot of things along the way. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm a total open book, as you'll see today with all of my transparency. All right, so as all of my members and patrons know, I share this every single weekend. I will update this on a weekly basis and share this over there. So if any of you guys are interested in seeing this and being able to learn more about it on a weekly basis, feel free to join in the membership program or Patreon. Once I do get my Twitter subscriptions up and running, I will share it there as well. So no need to really join all three of them. If you guys want to, by all means do, but they're all going to have the exact same information on them because the prices are going to be the same for all three as well. I may end up moving it all to one location. Not sure yet. Lots in the works right now. But I just know that some people are on different platforms. So I want to be as flexible as possible for everyone for whatever platform that you are on. So diving into this first, this is my entire breakdown. So I go through all of my expenses. Something that's very important when you're trying to get yourself out of debt or financially free is track your expenses. You need to know where your money is going, what money is coming in, what is going out. One of the things that I've learned as a retail manager for the last 15 years is learning how to run a P&L, that is a profit and loss statement. You will see here that I have actually made one for myself for this year as well. It's a very good way. This is how businesses track all of their expenses. This is how they track to show that they are growing and they can pay all of their bills. Makes sense to do one for a personal standpoint as well. So this is where I start right here is these are all of my expenses and all of my budget. So I'm not going to go through all of the details for everything here, but this here is the full breakdown. So green is all of my income, blue is going to be all of my investments, and red are my expenses. So when it comes to my income, I made a lot more this month just because of the fact that I got my tax refund back. But to go deeper into that, I do that over on Patreon and with my memberships, and I speak to people individually if you want to talk about yours one-on-one, is having a side gig allows you to write off a lot of normal basic expenses, which you will then get a lot of that money back at the end of the year when you file your taxes. So for instance, for me, 25% of my apartment, because one of my rooms is a studio, I have my phone that's always getting written off. A lot of different things, my internet, my computer, all of these things are utilized for my business. So it's all written off. So all of that stuff is paid for by the business. And then I get that money back in taxes at the end of the year. So I normally would have gotten $3,500, but I ended up getting $6,600 back in taxes. My full-time job, I brought in $5,400. YouTube, I brought in $345. I did much better last year when it came to YouTube. However, I kind of took a step back, focused a lot more on my health. So my YouTube income came down, but my health is significantly better. And you've got to balance the two, health and wealth, because if you don't have your health, you won't be able to enjoy your wealth. So I took a little bit of a step back, but still wanted to provide a lot of good info for you guys. So I'm still out here on a regular basis and I'm still doing all of that. And then Patreon, that brought in just about $91 last month. And then from Beachbody, $126 last month. So for you guys who do not know, I am a Beachbody coach. I have been since 2013. So I am celebrating my 10th year as a coach this year. And for me, it's all about, again, the health is important. So this week, I am finishing up my first program that I have done in many years, and I am down 15 pounds so far. If anyone is interested in improving their health and learning how to do that, again, I discussed that over with members and patrons, and I have the link down in the description below if you guys are interested in signing up for any of the programs that Beachbody has. I can certainly help you with any of that as well. So now when it comes to all of my investments, my savings, I put in $1,250, stock $750, IRA is $625. Now the IRA, that is the maximum amount that I'm going to be able to put in. I just broke it down. You can put in $6,500 for the year. So I just put in $125 every single week. And then I just invest it, Tesla sometimes I just leave it in cash, waiting for different opportunities. Lots of different things happening there. Cryptocurrency, I do add to that. I now have 12% position in crypto because it has been running back up. I'm not too concerned because I don't add a lot and I actually dropped down how much I am adding. I now put in $28 a week. So, not a big ton of cash that I'm putting into that, but I still want to add to cryptocurrency because I do feel it is going to do well in the future. And then I also have another 401k that is outside of my work 401k, and I just put in $25 every month there. So now when it comes to the expenses, basic gas, and I am waiting a Tesla. Am I getting it? Am I not getting it? The decision I am making now is I'm going to push it off. And I'm basically at the point where I do not need a vehicle. And I have to balance out what the priority is. The priority is, do I retire early or do I get a Tesla and delay retirement? To me, right now, retiring early is the priority. So I will delay my Tesla delivery as long as they will allow me to see if I can get my money built up so that I can retire early. This is one of the reasons why I track all of this information for you guys, is to show you what I am doing. So if you want to retire early, this is a potential format that you can utilize for yourself to get yourself there. For my son, I spent about $550. We had a lot of other expenses, including a Yankee game. So very exciting there. And those expenses were taken in March, even though we didn't go to the game until April. Either way, the expenses ended up hitting in March. Gym membership, paying for my health as well. That's about $11. Life insurance through Primerica, which is outside of my job. So when I do end up retiring, I will still have this life insurance because initially my work life insurance was not going to carry with me. So I may drop one of them. Not sure yet. I have to see which one has a better plan. Groceries were $575. Because I started doing my health and fitness, I just kind of took a few extra expenses initially to be able to get myself set up to be able to take my health to the next level. Car insurance is zero because I decided this year I was going to pay it annually. So I paid for my entire car insurance in January. So my car insurance budget for the rest of the year every month will be zero until next January. Phone bill is $97. Electric is $78. Tesla, again, awaiting this to see if I'm going to take the delivery or not. Internet, $46. Entertainment, I didn't include anything in that. I try to live a pretty frugal and simple life, so not much in the entertainment field here. Most money that I spend is investments in something. So gas I'm investing in, traveling to and from work or to pick up my son. My son, obviously, I'm going to invest there. Investing in my health, investing in my future. Groceries, taking care of my health. My phone, that's what I use to communicate with the outside world and run my business. Electricity, obviously, I need that. Internet, I need that to run the business. So, literally everything that I have for an expense is also an investment as well. So, then the YouTube expense of $838. For those of you guys who have been with me, you know that I have a marketing manager and a brand manager. I'm working with both of them to build my website up so that when I do end up stepping away from my job, I will still have income coming in. For me, retirement isn't just sitting back and doing nothing. It is doing what I want to do, and what I want to do is help others. And with my website and all of my social media platforms, this is going to enable me the ability to do this. So I'm spending that money and investing it in my brand manager and marketing manager to get to that point. Beachbody, this is just the supplements that I get. I just use a pre workout and a protein afterwards. That's it. This here, I need to update the spreadsheet. This is actually just other. So I had other expenses of about $460, and then my rent is $825. So total for the end of the month, I had total income of $12,651. Investments, I invested $2,785 of that, and then my expenses were $3,833. So my cash flow that I had extra at the end of the month was $6,033. All of that ended up going into cash, which I then roll into a CD, and that CD is netting me 5%. And so, one of the things that I know that people have asked is, well, if I'm only getting 5% from a CD, but inflation is 7%, I'm actually losing 2%. While that is true, inflation has now been coming down. Inflation is now, as we saw, at 5% as well. So it's now break even. But that cash that I had there in that CD is cash that I'm saving up for real estate. So I had it in savings and it was getting me zero interest. Now I'm getting 5%. So that is significantly more. And I didn't want to invest it because nobody knows what's going to happen with the stock market. It's very volatile. So I wanted to make sure that I had cash that was going to be liquid that I can have readily available and not have to sell for a loss of any sort and actually lose money in the process. So that's where I'm at with my CDs there. And I'll keep you guys posted on how I'm changing that because I'm starting to shift some of that money into some high dividend stocks and some high dividend ETFs to try and net some more money because I have noticed that when it comes to the yields on the CDs, they're coming down a little bit. I think they're going to hold steady between 4.5% and 5% for probably the next year until the Fed pivots. But I still want to see if I can get more gains out of this. So the next thing I do is break down my millionaire status. And this is, when is it going to be when I reach millionaire status and I have $1 million net worth? Because at that point there, I'll have enough money coming in from interest, dividends, and all sorts of things that I can basically live off of my money and have my money make me money. So I'm trying to get myself to that point. So at the end of March, I had a portfolio of $18,000. My 401k was just under 50,000. My other 401k was at 2,800. My IRA, Roth IRA is 12,500. I cannot access that until I'm 59 and a half, but I will continue to add to that so that I'll have that extra money coming in when I get to that age. My HSA was 6725, and in savings I've got that $31,000, which again, the majority of that is in CDs, making me some money. So my total net worth at the end of March was $120,000. Up for the month 8,900. Now again, a good chunk of that was because I got my tax refund, but for the year I am still up $27,000 in just the first quarter alone. Now granted, a lot of that is also I own Tesla stock and that has appreciated significantly in the first quarter. Crypto has been coming back. The entire market has done relatively well in the first quarter and my net worth is reflecting that. And so when I break down my profit and loss, for me, I just take all the numbers that I had from my initial spreadsheet, plug it all in here. I do add in my 401k and my HSA because those are pre-tax. I don't have that on that other sheet. That other sheet is just strictly from take home money. So I add this on here because this is going to go into my entire full net worth. And this full breakdown is just all the same numbers we saw before. And so for the month, again, I was positive cash flow. And based upon my budget right now, I am going to be negative, but I budgeted myself to be negative at the end of the year. So I'm still working on tweaking a few things to get back to the positive. But a lot of that came down to the fact that I noticed that I'm getting less money coming in from YouTube and I'm spending more money on social media and building all of that. So by the end of the year, that should be spooling together and then offset each other. So that's what I'm focusing on now, but I don't want to go too far. I don't want to put the cart before the horse. I want to make sure that I am building it wisely. So I'm most likely going to be pulling back on my investment into my social media channels over the next few months to allow everything to catch up and start getting myself some income coming in. So there it is. That is my full breakdown of all of my income, investments, and expenses. One thing I am going to break down when I actually do get some time is I'm going to break down my entire portfolio to be able to share that with you guys as well. And again, for all members and patrons and subscribers over on Twitter, I will have that out for you guys on a weekly basis so that you can see where I'm investing and if I'm making any moves on a regular basis or if I buy or sell anything throughout the course of the day, I will share it with you guys in there as well. So that's the full breakdown. Hopefully this is helpful to you guys because again, if you guys are in a situation and I've spoken to a few of you already, I have my website, oracleinvestments.com. You guys can check it out there. And this is what I do. You can do a free sign up and I can have a conversation with you to discuss, what your strategies are, what your plans are. It's not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, but I have a lot of wisdom in many areas when it comes to finance, getting myself out of debt, health and fitness, a lot of different things. To be completely open and honest, I'm a divorced dad. So I've been through divorce, I've been through relationships, I've had to pay a lot of money in child support. Lots of different things going on in my life, no different than many others out there. So if you are in a similar situation or you're just looking for some advice, I've got that dad advice that I can share with you guys just of, hey, here are the basic things, try this, try that, bounce some ideas off of me, and I can help you guys work through some situations to hopefully help you in your situation to get to where your goals are. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all of your support. Truly, you guys are what makes this all worth it for me because I just genuinely love helping all of you out. So thank you all, and I hope you have a great one.